Hi, welcome back to the channel. My name's Rebecca, I'm 45 years old and I used to suffer from multiple sclerosis, but I no longer experience any of the symptoms since starting the carnivore diet just over 2 years ago. In today's video I thought I would take you guys up a mountain with me. I'm here at my village house, which I managed to buy extremely cheap when I first moved to Spain, and over the past 5 years I've gradually been having it renovated so that I can rent it out on Airbnb. And this is my financial security plan. And it has taken me the whole year to get permissions. The place is basically renovated. It's like a few tiny details left to do. And now I have got permission to put it on Airbnb. In Spain, Airbnb is highly regulated. So you've got to get like a whole load of reports, architects' reports and permissions from the local government and then from the tourism board, and it took me the whole year, but I finally got there and now it is ready to go. And I've even got my first booking, so that's in just over a week. So I'm here at the house. I have got a couple of things to sort out in the house first, and then I'm going to take the dogs for a walk. And the walk is up a mountain. There's a mountain just behind the village house, and it's an amazing walk. I've been prevented from doing it this entire year because I've had a foot injury, and I've still got a tiny bit of the foot injury. It's like 99% better, but I'm a little bit concerned about pushing it too hard. But it's a lovely day, so I just thought, why not give it a go, and why not vlog it to prove just how physically well I am doing since I started the carnivore diet. Anyway, so I'll just sort out a few things in the house and maybe show you around a bit, and then we'll set off. This is an artificial bamboo plant from IKEA, which I'm really excited about. I'm actually a huge fan of artificial plants. They have come on a long way. And the best thing about them is they don't die, and they don't attract insects either. So I got one for the house. Okay, here's all the stuff that I brought round, and first things first, the bin. The outside bin should go outside. It's the dining room. It's good. So the house is called Casa Jasmine House, named after my dog, Yasmin. And this is a blue jasmine plant. So, and that is a Starlink satellite dish. Just got to finish putting a few bits and bobs together, but it's looking really beautiful. I'll just quickly show you upstairs. Obviously this isn't what the house will look like when it's completely finished. There's still like a bit of crap lying around. This is all my furniture from England that got shipped over. And there's a little office space up here on the mezzanine and a day bed. My Moroccan poofs. Got a lot of memories in this place, some not so good, but the vibes will be replaced by wholly good ones. And it smells lovely, actually. It smells really lovely because I've put like lavender pouches everywhere. Yeah. Bathroom. This Moroccan curtain goes here in the entrance to the bathroom, so it looks really great when it's done. So I've just got a few bits and bobs to finish before it's ready, but I've got a whole week to get it done and vacuum and polish and whatnot. Yeah, anyway, so I'll have a cup of tea and then we'll walk the dogs. Okay, off we go. I am really not sure about this anymore. It's a quite hot day and I'm pretty tired, and the foot thing is a bit of a concern. But let's go. Okay, just leaving the village now. That, I don't know if you can see very well in the camera, is the far distance, one mountain's in the far distance. That's the Picos de Europa. They're like a famous mountain range. And they were covered in snow last week, but the warm weather's come back. So this is the end of the village as the mountain road starts. This is where it starts to get quite steep. This house is for sale if anybody's interested, the yellow one. Come on, you're going to be a brave girl. Go on, you can do it. Yeah! You clever girl. Okay, when I come on a normal dog walk, just a quick dog walk, I normally come as far as here so that they can run around. There's a bit of a field here where they can run. And I don't usually go all the way up. That's all the way up. I've done it a few times and it's so worth it, and I just hope I've got it in me today, although to be honest I'm not 100% sure that I do. I'm not 100% sure. Alright, now that is the mountain I used to live on, specifically the edge, this edge here. It's painful for me to look over onto that mountain because the circumstances in which I left it were pretty awful, and I do regret it. I regret so many things, but I am also so grateful for what I do have, which is my beautiful village house and all of this, and my doggies, of course. And I'm very grateful that I have made a friend up this mountain, Domingo. Yep, I'll walk a bit more and then tell you about Domingo. Oh my god, it's October and these things are coming out. Are they crocuses? I don't know what they are, but I'm pretty sure they shouldn't be coming out at this time of year. Okay, we're going up there, but down this track lives Domingo. And Domingo has lived here the whole time that I've been in Asturias, and I had no idea. And he lives in a cabana, off-grid, and he's roughly my age. It turns out that he's also a social media influencer. He's got like 100,000 followers or whatever on Instagram and he's got like 30,000 subs on YouTube and he does like fitness training or something, or strength building or something like that, and he's actually keto or paleo, I can't remember what, but he knew about carnivore. And I met him not too long ago for the first time when I went to a village barbecue over the summer. They have lots of villages in Spain have like gatherings over the summer, and this little village that I have my house in had one. This was the first year I actually made it to the festivities, and I got my t-shirt. There's like a village t-shirt and it was really cool. And they sat me next to Domingo because they knew that I'm a cabana person, and so is he, and we got chatting and we're gonna be friends. And actually he said to pop by today. He said, if your foot's better, come up to my cabin. And it will be the first time I've actually been to his cabin. Anyway, so he said to drop by today, but I don't think I'll have time. He's out until about 5 p.m. and I need to leave about 5 p.m. because I've got Stanley on the balcony back at the house because I can't take him in the car with me, which means I can't take him on nice dog walks like this. Anyway, so, but Domingo exists and it's awesome and we're in touch, and I'm really hoping that I will meet up with him soon. Maybe next week, because I'm constantly coming to the village house at the moment because I've got my first booking next week and it's really exciting. So anyway, so I'm sure I'll have time to meet Domingo another day. Okay, can you see that? That's Domingo's cabana right there. Oh, he's got these awesome views. Check this out. And the sea is just behind the mountain range, the Sueve mountain range where I was living. The sea is just behind there. You can't quite see it. Like you can, there's actually clouds, but in some of the gaps you can, between the mountain on the horizon, you can sometimes catch glimpses of it. I had a view of the sea on my cabin. over there. So Domingo's cabin it's got all these spectacular views and it's quite good access actually. But the negative thing about his is that this mountain is on the south side, so he doesn't get he's not facing the south. He hasn't got the light that early in the morning. He's north facing. This is the north over here. So that's one downside, but there's his cabin. There it is. And I am really excited to go and see inside it sometime soon. I can't wait one day in the future to get another mountain cabin. Like, that is now my dream. I had it. I was living the dream. And it turned into a nightmare, but not because of the cabin, not because of the mountain, because of the people I met. And I'm never going to allow that to happen again. And my dream, like I say, is somehow in the future to get another mountain cabin. One time when I was walking along this stretch, I had a friend visiting and there was a donkey just ahead, a mother donkey with a baby donkey. And the donkey was obviously scared of us, so the donkey started braying and my friend flattened herself against this bit of earth and started screaming bloody murder, and she made the donkey even more terrified. So the donkey's like braying, saying like, what the hell are you, who are you, why are you screaming? And my friend was screaming as if it was like a rhinoceros or something. It was a donkey. I'll never forget it. It was just ridiculous. Okay, so there is the village where my house is. Beautiful mountain village. Obviously I'm not going to say the name of it, but if you guys want to rent my Airbnb, the link is below, and you too can experience these incredible views in this insanely wonderful place. Okay, I don't actually think gradient comes out very clearly in video, but trust me, this is seriously steep. You can actually drive up here. I've driven up here, but it's so steep. It's actually going back down that's worse on the car. You just can't tell on the video, I'm sure. This winding road, I could actually see from my cabana because it carries on up there and it zigzags for better car access, but we don't need to do that. We're going to go through the field. Hopefully it's not full of cows. Right, well, there is a cow. Hopefully the dogs won't do anything stupid. Oh, yeah, of course she's not on her own. Of course she isn't. That would have been silly to assume that she was on her own. We just are going to looking out for bulls. What we don't want is a bull. That might be a bull. Is that a bull? No, I don't think so. There's certain ways to tell, which are quite obvious, usually. Yeah, they seem pretty peaceful. Peaceful little cows. Wow, okay, so check this out, we're getting up here now. Actually, it was harder at the very beginning. I've kind of got my pace going and my energy has started to come in, so even in the heat, which I'm really pleased about. Yeah, I love this walk. It would be so good to be able to make it to the top. It's like a mountain, well, you'll see when we get to the top, there's a mountain pass and it carries on and on and on, but we're just going to get up as far as the mountain pass, which is up there. This little flower, if you can see that, looks a bit like a daisy, but it's chamomile. And I remember once coming and the whole place was covered in them, covered in chamomile, and we picked a load and dried them for chamomile tea. But I can only see one today. Oof, this is actually now the last stretch up to the mountain pass. So we did really well. As I remembered it, it was much more hard going and took much longer. But that is because when I used to go up this mountain pass, I hadn't started the carnivore diet yet. And I mean, I'm out of breath. Don't get me wrong, it's steep and it's a hot day. But I was normally exhausted by the time I got to this part. Exhausted and like kind of, can I continue? Can I get there? You know, and I was pushing myself and it wiped me out for like the whole next week if I did do it. But it's the first time I've done it since I started the carnivore diet. And what I'm finding is it seems like half as long. It doesn't seem like that big a deal at all. Like, okay, it's steep, but it hasn't taxed me in the way that it has done previously. And I can't believe we're already reaching the top. I'm glad that Elon didn't go in that. Oh God, Yasmin did. That's great. She goes in the mud. What she'll do is, oh my God, Yasmin, you're gonna sink. She's gonna then walk all over the sofa in the mud. Look at this, this is like proper mountain stuff. This is the last bit. Come on doggies, let's do it. Oh God, look at that bloody, these animals, that's disgusting. Look at you, you're filthy. Oh, and she stinks as well. Oh my God. Oh my God, we made it to the mountain pass. Wow. I'm so happy. When I first started recording, I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to film half of it and then make my excuses and say I'll come back another day and finish it, and nope, I made it. Look at this. That's the picos that were covered in snow last week. I actually live near the picos now in my new house, which I'm still in the process of buying, so I don't actually own it. And I've got all these legal issues going on with it. So anyway, that's a whole other story, not for my YouTube channel. But here we are. This is what feels like home. This village, my house in the village, and this walk behind the village house. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is essentially my back garden. Check it out. You can just take bits of the mountain away. It's really easy. Slightly concerning. Oh wow, there is just like nothing like this place. The camera just doesn't do it justice either. I mean, you get a flavour of it, but like the scale of it and the peacefulness of it, the sound of the cowbells. There's actually a herd of cows coming towards me. You can't probably see them on the camera, but they're walking along the mountain path. Again, hopefully not a bull. Do you see them? They're walking towards us. Anyway, I just want to walk down a little bit, and I wanted to take a seat, and I wanted to just reflect a bit on life. I'm not quite sure what those cows are up to, so I'm just gonna sit here for now, because I don't mind cows, but if it's a bull, and it might get a bit protective over its cows, so hopefully they won't come past. Anyway, we'll just walk ahead of them if they do. Yeah, I just wanted to reflect a bit on the past 5 years. Like, in my last video, I talked about re-entering society after years of isolation, but I didn't mention work. I don't know why I forgot to mention it, because it's a big deal for me, but this is why I'm super excited, because not only in the past week have I been awarded permanent residency in Spain, which I had temporary residency for 5 years, and now that's been upgraded to permanent residency under the Brexit withdrawal agreement. So I had the automatic right to it. But it just gives me more rights in Spain. Like, it's harder to kick me out of Spain now. It's still another 5 years to go till I can get citizenship, and I fully intend to apply for citizenship. But it's like a massive step along the way to citizenship. And I've said to myself that I won't go back to England until I'm a Spanish citizen. That's the day I'll go back to England in 5 years' time. I haven't been back for 5 years. But not only have I got my permanent residency, but I've also now got permission to start my Airbnb business. When I moved out to Spain 5 years ago, the idea was to try and rebuild my life. I wanted to get my health back and start fresh in a new country and get my Spanish back up to scratch, so I can maybe get my career up and running again. But the thing is, I've been out of the workforce for 10 years. So my CV is dead. I've got no recent employment for references and everything. Even though I've got like 2 master's degrees and a PhD and like a whole load of professional experience, it's all from like a decade ago. And also, like, the world's changed. Like, it's changed so much, and I'm competing with people who are of the generation that do understand the world. And it's AI. AI has basically killed my career. It's one of my career, translation languages. It's one of the first careers that AI has come along and basically rendered useless. I don't mind, whatever. It just means I have to get creative thinking about what can I do. So the Airbnb business is a lifeline for me to start feeling like I'm standing on my own 2 feet and I have a purpose. So I'm very excited about it. I've got other ideas as well. Like I'm thinking I could run English immersion retreats for Spanish professionals, because my friend Valentina has got a hotel which in the winter they do retreats and things there because there's obviously not that many tourists. So I've got a venue that I could use, and I think that would be a really good way to circumvent the AI issues, because you can't substitute an immersion retreat in person with AI, and also retreats generate a lot more money than individual English classes do. There's people that like do English classes for €5 an hour online. Anyway, so the point is, there's a plan, and I look back and I think about my health journey, and I'm like, from the moment when I stopped taking MS medication, which was in 2018, it's been like 6 years. So I got sick in 2016, but I stopped taking MS medication in 2018. And that was like the first moment where I took control of my health and I started going on my own path back to health. Although I didn't know that it was going to lead back to health. I just instinctively stopped playing ball with the medical profession and the pharmaceutical industry. And look where I am now, climbing mountains. It's amazing. No medication. And anyway, so I stopped taking medication in 2018. And then it was around then, or 2019, that I realized that my environment in the city was having an impact on my condition. And I moved to a radical new environment in 2020. So I was in a mountain cabin in northern Spain. And at that point, I came off antidepressants. That was the next medication that I got rid of, and that took a while because you have to taper off them very carefully, but I came off antidepressants. So that was like 2020, 2021, but I was still self-medicating with that herb, and I was still quite restricted. I hadn't changed my diet yet. I was really eating a very poor diet, very carb and sugar based. So I was still struggling with my health and my energy levels and my strength. So then I started the carnivore diet in, where are we now, 2025, 2 years ago, so like 2023. Is that right? Yeah, I think I started it in 2023. And so that had a massive impact on my health. And then after that, I came off that herb. And now I am like completely back to full health, and I am piecing together my world again, learning from what I've been through in the past 5 years, taking what I've learnt is good for me and leaving behind what I know is bad for me, and moving forward with the incredible miracle of my health and being in this incredible environment, which oh, there's a vehicle coming. Hola, buenas. Interesting. Yeah. I do still battle with some of the things that have happened in the past 5 years. Some of the things that have happened have been absolutely awful, but you've got to take these things as lessons, especially if you emerge from those lessons ultimately in a better place. It's crazy to think that over the 6 years since stopping my MS medication, I'm at the point where I'm literally thinking, was I misdiagnosed? Was this a neurological event rather than an incurable degenerative neurological disease, which obviously the carnivore diet has helped me with. You know, it was very real, whatever it was, but I can't help but wonder, you know, I just don't believe I have MS, to be honest. I don't think I have it, and what I have instead is a life in this spectacular place. Anyway, let's get going, because I've got poor Stanley waiting on the balcony because he can't come in the car, unfortunately. He'd love it up here, but my other dog. Anyway, but let's get going. Okay, we're going downhill now. My God, to think that I was once slumped in a wheelchair, drugged up to the eyeballs, absolutely depressed and traumatized. And now here I am. The twists and turns of life, you know, you just do not know what's around the corner. Oh, and it's worth hanging on, you know. There are times when I've truly wanted to end it all and see no point in continuing. Oh. God, you won't be able to see it on the video camera, I'm sure, but that is a dragonfly. And dragonflies Oh, it's so beautiful. Dragonflies are my grandma, my deceased grandma. Whenever I see a dragonfly, hey, it's coming right past me. I don't know if the camera's getting it. Oh, I really hope the camera gets it. The thing is, it's flying around. There it is. That's a dragonfly. Whenever I see a dragonfly, I know that my grandma's there, telling me I'm on the right path. Although these bloody dogs are going to get covered in mud. Oh, I feel like crying. Oh my god, to do this mountain walk and then to see a dragonfly. It's a good day. Okay, we are back down at the house now. What a wonderful walk. I've realised something about goats. Goats stink of goat's cheese. You can smell them before you go past them. And they literally stink of goat's cheese. How weird is that? They actually smell of cheese. Here's my little patio out back. Isn't it cute? This bit of fencing is going to get trimmed at the top. It's so cute, man. Got to clear all of this and all these snails. Got like tons of snails for some reason on the walls. Like there were more actually before. Maybe it was just snail season, and now snail season's on its way out. There we go. This means I've got the license to rent it out on Airbnb. Yes. Cool! Amazing! Don't actually have time to stop because we've got to get back to Stanley, but that's okay. 6 PM was the cut-off point and it takes about an hour to get back, well 40 minutes. So we're in good time. Just going to pop to the toilet. No, you're not going to get a biscuit, not yet. You have to wait till we get back. Okay, so I managed to get quite a lot of stuff sorted today, really pleased about that. And we even managed to walk up to the mountain pass and I feel great about that. I feel it's such an achievement. I really missed, I wanted to do that earlier in the year, but I couldn't because of my foot injury. So I'm dead chuffed that I managed to do that. And it was good to see Domingo's house, although don't have time to stop and say hi to him, but I will probably see him next week. And yeah, I'm just like this little house was the scene of a lot of awful toxic drama a few years ago. I really did feel like my life in Asturias was over and that it had just been completely demolished. But now it's like it's starting over, it's starting fresh. There's like buds of regrowth coming. Post-traumatic growth, that's what they call it, isn't it? And I'm just so glad that I didn't sell this place. It's the most special place in the universe. And I've made a lot of mistakes, but one mistake I didn't make was selling this house. And so I'm just really grateful for that. And my previous workawares made this lovely little sign, Casa Jasmine. Yeah. So anyway, time to go back and see Stanley, who's stuck on the balcony. And I've worked up an appetite now and I've got lots of lamb back in my fridge back at home. So I'm looking forward to that as well. Anyway, thanks for watching and I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye.